we're getting to the point where it's beginning to feel like springtime in Indiana. I'm liking that. I woke up this morning and my house felt very warm. Very warm. And I thought, what's going on? Oh, it's 52 outside. That's why. But look who's here. I'm here, Chris Martin, in the studio.
Good morning.
How you doing?
Hey, we're doing. It's a Monday.
Move your mic up.
Oh man.
There we go.
I pulled a Rick Bear.
No. not quite as bad as that. So how are things going?
Hey, we're moving right along. We got some things going on, and like I said, it's just exciting. Once late spring gets here, early summer, it's a lot of things are going to start moving into play. And
so let's first. I ran into this weekend at the Pins for Kids event.
Yeah.
So how was that?
Hey, did you bowl 100?
I did.
Oh,
I bowled exactly 100.
did you really?
I did.
I got an 86. It was great.
Yeah. Bowling's one of those things that if you haven't done it in a long time.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely.
It's hard to find your rhythm.
Yeah. No. For example, Saturday was quite busy.
Yeah.
For myself and the team, and obviously we had the Pens for Kids.
Yep.
Got a little break in between, and then we had the Disabled Veterans Americanism dinner in Kokomo, and so that was at 5:30, and that went on until 9 o'clock. So it was a pretty busy Saturday.
Sure.
Being there, but it was nice to be able to be supportive of not only our community but also the disabled veterans and be there for them too.
So let's talk about some of the things happening around town right now.
Sure.
Yeah.
So we got the construction going on. Should be starting this week.
Yeah.
It's supposed to start last week, but
And by that you mean
because of the rain, West Market Street.
Market, yeah.
Yeah. And so from Front Street to East Street, for that first 90 days, it'll be westbound traffic only.
Okay.
And then after that 90 days into phase 2, then it's both. I mean, you can go both ways, so east and westbound traffic. So it'll never be closed.
Right.
What we're going to do, though, is we're going to promote the west side businesses during the construction. Obviously, our team from the mayor's office is going to be utilizing those businesses over there for lunch.
Okay.
And then, of course, we'll promote them through the City of Logansport's Facebook page, as well as Mayor Martin's page, so that we can get them, business and continued business. It's not going to be as bad as when the bridge was closed. So in fact, I think they're trying to get it to the point to where when you come over the bridge towards the west end, so as if you're coming from the east end, and so as you're coming across the bridge, you can go either way on Front Street.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That way you can still utilize that bridge, and it kind of opens it up, and
Right on.
that'll help a business like Logan Tire.
Yep.
That'll help them obviously be able to do the business. They're also going to have entryways for Arby's and for McDonald's. So we're trying. We've got it, kind of worked out the best that we can, so that it's not as bad as the bridge. And
So what all is going to happen with this project?
so they're just it's not. So typically, you've got your mill and fill, your roads.
Right.
This is not that project.
Okay.
This project is literally taking everything up.
Wow.
And so we're talking new sidewalks, new roads, and I'm wanting new street lights. A new kind of system for streetlights, so we're hoping to work towards that. No promises. And then, of course, new trees. So it'll just really beautify that end of town again. And to the point to where once that's done, then we can start looking into investing more on the west side. Just the west side, like I've said before, it just felt like it was neglected a little bit. Like they were just there.
Yeah.
And so I kind of want to change that. In these next 4 years, and to really give the west side a bump up.
Okay.
So
Right on. Now, is there a grant involved with this, or is it?
So this was the relinquishment money from the 24 being sold. So the state of Indiana gave the 24 West Market Street to Logansport,
Right.
so it's no longer a state highway. Well, then there's relinquishment money to kind of help with the repairs and things like that. So
Okay.
this project was actually something that NDOT did back during Franklin's administration, was something that happened, and then the previous administration they set forth the schedule, excuse me, as to when the project would start.
Okay.
And then our administration kind of put forth, okay, what do we want as far as
Right on.
sidewalks and crosswalks and, streets and, everything like that. So
Okay.
it's been three administrations have been working on this project.
But
altogether.
that's a prime example of how
Slow government
how
is.
slow things move. I mean, it really
It
is. I mean,
it is. It really is.
and it's like none of this stuff happens overnight.
Right.
None of it does.
Exactly. No, it doesn't. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but it's going to be beautiful. I mean, it's going to be so
No, yeah,
worth the
absolutely.
wait.
Yeah.
As far as that goes, and it's in the first year,
Right.
of our administration, so it kind of helps set the tone for how busy we want to be.
All right, so that's the west side. What else is happening? What
All
else
right,
is going on?
so the north side of Logansport, over there on Chase Road, there's some land over there.
All right.
We're wanting to see development there, so we're going to try kind of push that, trying to find people that would want to invest in Logansport.
So we're at like where we talking.
Chase Road, there is a right by, not right next to Area 5, but close to it, and Woodbridge. So right
Okay, I
around
know
that
where you're
area.
at. I know you're at.
Yeah, right around that area.
Because there's quite a bit of land out
exactly.
that way. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
Yeah, and it's within the city limits, so
Right on.
it'll allow some investment there, and that's another area of Logansport that I feel like can grow.
So what
We
kind of
got Dollar
development are you pushing?
Restaurants and housing.
Okay.
So restaurants being a big one, but then of course housing as
It'd be an
well.
interesting place for a restaurant.
It would be.
I mean, that would be.
Think about it. I mean, it's almost like a prime location because
It-
there's nothing on the north end
No, yeah.
when it comes to a restaurant.
And I guess during the week you'd have all those people that are at Area 5. And,
Yeah.
And
And the apartment
the
complexes.
apartment complex.
You got Houston Park right there. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it's prime. So I'm working on that. That's kind of one of my side projects, I guess, in a way.
Mhm.
On the south end, we're trying to work on getting some investment over on the Heartland, right by Ivy Tech. So again,
Yeah.
some land
Yeah.
over there.
Yeah.
It's going to be a little more difficult, I think, on that end of town. Over by Ivy Tech to get that because it has been empty for.
That's the
time.
thing. When the Heartland came in, that was touted as that would bring in all sorts of economic development
Right.
along that way, and it just has not really happened.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, it kind of has with the is it the agricultural park up by Climbers.
Mm-hmm.
So that has, but as far as here in Logansport, it just hasn't
Right.
really got off the ground. has it?
Exactly. And it's just prime locations in Logansport,
Yeah.
and just kind of pushing for those locations. When someone comes in and wants to invest.
Yeah.
East End, obviously, the mall.
I was gonna say, have you been on since we had the mall announcement? I don't know.
I don't think we have.
I don't think you have.
It's old, and Matt, I got to be honest with you, pretty disappointed in the way that the community has acted, especially on social media.
All right.
It's disappointing that you have something that you've wanted done for so long, it finally gets done, and it's all negativity. It's unbelievable, and
You got to remember, it's negativity from a very tiny portion of the
yeah,
population.
right. So and that tiny portion could really affect investment in
Yeah, I
local
know.
sport. It's sad.
It is.
It's frustrating, but yeah. So that's done. We'll start seeing some moving on that.
So what's going to
here
happen?
soon?
What's the plans with the mall?
Well,
We can talk. It's just us.
It's just the investor is obviously in charge of that, but
Right.
Obviously the hotel, the Hilton brand hotel idea is still there, and I think they're more looking towards not so much an indoor mall, but more of like a strip mall effect, possibly.
Yeah, that's the trend in shopping
Yeah.
anyway. So that's not surprising.
The greatest thing is, and I told him this because I was joking with him because I've been working with him since November
Yeah.
when I got elected.
Right.
And so him and I have had conversations and dinner and everything. So I teased him one time and I said, look, you could just tear it down and have the parking lot. Just fix the parking lot.
Yeah.
Like the parking lot is
Parking lot is awful.
the worst, So and it is not a city parking lot. So people have
Right.
asked us to go out and and fill the holes, and it's not city owned.
It's not your thing.
Right,
You can't do that. I mean,
Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna come on your property and fill your holes.
Start filling your stuff. Okay.
Right.
Overstepping your bounds a bit, yeah.
Exactly.
So when can we see some movement with that?
90 days from closing.
Okay.
So that would have been, they closed just before the 1st of March, so I think it was the last Friday
Okay.
of February. So 90 days from there
Okay.
is when. Exciting stuff next month is our 100 days.
So somewhere in May, June.
Yeah.
Okay.
Next month is our 100 days.
Right.
So we're excited about that.
Okay.
We'll be announcing a lot of things.
I was going to say, so what do we expect with that?
Yeah, we'll go through and kind of have an overview of the first 100 days and what we were able to accomplish, and then set forth on the next 100 days. So we'll make another plan for the next 100 days for the 200 days in office.
Okay.
We'll announce the mayor's advisory committees as to who they are, and what they're going to be doing. So be more specific about the mayor's advisory committees.
Right.
Things take time when you put together a team that knows what they're doing. That's when you put together how it's going to work, and that's what they've done. They've put that together. I'll tell you what, the Mayor's Art Advisory Committee, I can announce this.
Yeah.
The Mayor's Art Advisory Committee is going to have that mural over, and it's going to say "Welcome to Logansport," and then of course the 6 art pieces
Yeah.
that are going to go along the building. I mean, that is going to be beautiful.
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
It's going to be cool.
It's definitely going to bring something to that into town.
Yeah.
I feel like it's just meh, so kind of pop it out with some art, and that's where it'll start. And from there, you'll start to see an increase on 6th Street. So
Good deal.
That'll be
Good
nice.
deal. All right. Well, don't go anywhere. We'll have more coming up with Logansport Mayor Chris Martin on the way on Talk of the Town on WSAL. Mayor Chris Martin in the studio. We've been talking about some of the various things going on around the city, and of course, we saw the old Taco Bell building demolished last week.
Yes.
So that's gone, and that's going to
Yes.
make way
Yes.
for Wendy's coming in, right?
And Hardee's is going up too.
And Hardee's. I was going to say the other one's Hardee's.
Hardee's
Love their biscuits and gravy.
Hardee's is moving. Did you see what I did?
No, what?
So Jim Wolf from the Paris Tribune, love him to death.
Yeah.
He literally will quote you, quote for quote.
As he should. As a
I did not-
responsible member of the news media. Yeah.
But I did not realize. So I said I missed their biscuits and gravy, and that was that was the start of my quote. So, but I do. I miss
Now,
their
to be honest,
biscuits and
they had
gravy.
some delicious food there, man.
So
There's some really good stuff. on
Yes.
it. So yeah, they'll be up and running by Memorial Day. So
is that right?
yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember seeing that. But okay, great, that's. So
I'd say they are working fast on that.
They
building.
are.
I mean,
They are.
they got it down and they got the out. I mean, it's.
I guess the guy is really excited. The owner.
Yeah.
He's just like really excited about having it.
Well,
come out.
the artist rendering of what the restaurant's going to look like is fantastic.
Isn't it great?
Yeah.
I am so excited. And see, and that's the thing. I want people to pay attention to the way this Hardee's looks,
Mhm.
because that's going to be similar to the La Fiesta on 6th Street.
All right.
The look that it's going to have.
Okay.
So, and if we can start getting that look, let's say that look, well, probably that look of the Hardee's is probably going to be similar to what the mall's going to look like.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Right,
So,
right.
so because it's modern, it's
Yeah.
more up to date.
Sure.
And so that's what you're going to start seeing, as those go. Wendy's. Got me on that one. Wendy's will look modern too.
How'd I get you on that one?
So, well, I don't think it's really been formally announced, but
I thought it was.
so I don't think so. I don't know. I don't recall. No one asked me about it
All right.
because I love the 4 for 4. So anyway.
Spicy chicken's where it's at. Man. I mean, come
Hello,
on.
right? So,
Spicy chicken and frosty. That's living the dream, right? there.
I have never tried the fry and frosty.
on.
Never tried it before.
Really?
So I guess I'm gonna have to do that. I'm gonna have to.
When my
try
wife was
it.
pregnant with our daughter, not kidding, we had her OB was in Kokomo, and so we spent a lot of time she had to go through stress tests a lot and all this stuff. So we were in Kokomo a lot during her pregnancy. And we were at Wendy's one time eating dinner after one of these things. And I was sitting across from her, and she always gets the junior.
Yeah.
And a Frosty, order fries. And I'm watching her, and we're having this conversation, and suddenly she gets completely distracted. She's looking at her Frosty. She has her burger in her hand, and it's like she looks at one, looks at the other, looks at one, looks at the other one, and then bam, burger goes right in the Frosty that we were going to then share. And now it's got hamburger juice and ketchup and mustard and all this stuff, and she just, oh, it was delicious, best thing she ever had. I'm like, you go ahead and keep it. It's like
that's your Frosty. Yeah. So yeah, that's just kind of, you'll start seeing that, modernized,
right.
Buildings. I would expect to see more of that throughout Logansport happening over the next 4 years is the buildings being more modern,
right.
Besides our downtown. We want to really preserve the downtown and the way it looks.
Sure. And
this facade program is going to help that.
Right.
It's about bringing back the original, of what those buildings look like. So, and that's another thing I'm so excited about is that facade program, and we're in the beginning stages. We really haven't, dug into the specifics on when it's going to start or how it's going to start or who the contractors are, things like that. So,
right.
That one's a little more time consuming. So we probably won't be announcing anything probably until late summer.
Okay.
Early fall maybe.
Right on.
Hopefully.
All right.
So
now, before you get out of here, I want to ask, just because it is everywhere right now, have you guys discussed anything dealing with the coronavirus? Have you guys?
So I made a call a couple weeks ago to the Cass County Health Department,
right,
and asked them how they wanted me to proceed with the citizens of Logansport.
Right.
They said that they have a plan.
Okay.
That they are working with the state government.
All right.
So the state is working with Cass County.
Right.
And they are all working together. They've got it under control to the point to where, if something does happen, we're prepared.
Okay.
So
right on.
They're ready, they're prepared, should that happen. But really, I just, as far as I get, personally, I don't think that, we really have anything to worry about.
It's just, we had the story this morning that a school in Avon
is
closed because one of their students tested positive for it. So we're at that point now, and I don't know, we'll see. But
so was it that or was it the flu? I don't know, but
right.
You just do the best you can. I mean, there's nothing really. I mean, you just take it for what it is.
All right, good deal. Anything else before you get out of here?
Yeah, wash your hands.
Wash your hands.
Make sure you're washing your hands.
That's right. Good deal. All right, Mr. Mayor, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you, Matt.
Appreciate it. I'm Mayor Chris Martin on Talk of the Town on WSAL. We'll be back tomorrow. Have a great Monday. See ya.